Okay, so this will be the third and final video on the multiple choice question review. And this third one will be somewhat straightforward. So here's our question: which textual quote best supports the main idea of the text? And notice that the word best is in all uppercase, which gives us a clue. And that is that maybe one of these, more than one of these could make sense, but we're looking for the one that is the absolute best. So A, but understanding the steps of the home buying process empowers you to make smart decisions about your home purchase. B, buying a house before you're ready can lead to financial disaster. C, once you know how much you can afford to spend on your new home, stick to it. D, if you end up in a bidding war with other buyers, keep a cool head and put your best foot forward. Okay, and so let me now go over some tips that could help you when you have a question like this one. And those are very common when it is asking you for a quote that best supports a main idea. So the very first thing is you want to skim back over the text with the question being asked in mind. Okay. Second, you have to think of what is the main idea. And if we remember from last semester, the main idea is the author's message. So think about that as you're reading. C, or third, sorry, compare multiple choice answers to major themes in the article. This will help you a lot. If you read over these questions or these answers and you compare them to major themes, you can probably figure out which one of these could be an answer. And the keyword in here is major. So if it's something minor, it may not be the answer. Fourth, you can use process of elimination. That's always very handy, and we'll use it in here as well. And then lastly, always double check your answer to make sure it makes sense. Okay, so let me now show you the process through which you could answer a question like this one. So first, the very first thing we need to understand is think of what is the main idea. And so if I go into the article, the title will say a lot: how to buy a house. And then, I can read through the entirety, but I wanted to emphasize that part of the title. So let me go back here now. So if I take that into consideration and then I notice that steps are listed and all the subheadings are relating to that, I can probably infer that a big part of the main idea has to do with um, an author wanting to let you know what is the home buying process like, inform you of that process. Okay? So that is going to give me a big hint as to what could be an answer. So A, but understanding the steps of the home buying process empowers you to make smart decisions about your home purchase. So very likely, this one speaks about steps of the home buying process. And then it also mentions that it is positive, so it empowers you. So this is a very possible answer. B, buying a house before you're ready can lead to financial disaster. That is not the best answer. It is mentioned on the article, but it is not part of that main idea of having the steps to home buying to buy a house. So B is not likely. C, once you know how much you can afford to spend on your new home, stick to it. So again, this is part of the article, but it is not the best. Why? Because this is just one of those steps. It is a very specific part of the main idea. Okay, it's not as broad as it needs to be. It's not major. And D, if you end up in a bidding war with other buyers, keep a cool head and put your best foot forward. Not really. That's just advice. That's just a tip. Again, just like this top one, is just a small part of the main idea. It's too specific. Okay, it's not a major thing. And so we apply the process of elimination, we get rid of these ones, and our answer would be A. So in here, what comes in handy is understanding what is main idea, which is the author's message, and then thinking about that as you go through your answers.